And the big birthday party for the Statue of Liberty gets underway in just a few hours. The big moment will come when President Reagan throws the switch to relight the statue. They've been rehearsing that all week, and the new look promises to be spectacular. Our national correspondent Kevin Coakley says the credit goes to a group of GE scientists who've had lots of practice by lighting downtown Cleveland.
And a look at the glorious festival in New York Harbor. Now, here is CBS News correspondent Charlie Rose.
Good morning and a happy 4th of July. The hours to now have been filled with glorious pageant. The Lady of Liberty in New York has been rededicated, restored, and shines brightly in the night. On our broadcast this morning, we consider liberty with some people for whom the word is not an abstract concept.
We are the keepers of the flame of liberty, a beacon of hope, a light unto the nations. With those words from President Ronald Reagan, America looks on as the president brings Lady Liberty to life. Headline News, I'm Brian Christie. With a prayer that her lamp never be extinguished, President Reagan ends a day of ceremony and celebration and begins the official commencement of the festivities marking the 100th birthday of the Statue of Liberty. Susan Lisovich reports.
A beacon of light shot across the darkened harbor as the President of the United States pressed a button relighting the Statue of Liberty. The huddled masses that gathered this night in the shadow of Lady Liberty included those who made good on the promise of America and those newly sworn to it, led by Chief Justice Warren Burger in cities across the nation.
It is my honor and privilege to ask each of you who seek citizenship to raise your right hand to the flag of the United States of America.
President Ronald Reagan, the great-grandson of an Irish immigrant, said relighting the copper torch was keeping faith with a dream of long ago.
And yet, my fellow Americans, it is not only the friendship of two peoples, but the friendship of all peoples that brings us here tonight. We celebrate something more than the restoration of this statue's physical grandeur.
The man responsible for the monumental makeover basked in the joy of a $66 million dream come true. Lee Iacocca's parents were among the millions who passed through the Golden Door from Italy.
From millionaires and school kids, from companies and civic groups, from people in Europe and from people behind the Iron Curtain, even from Vietnamese boat people. It came $5 million at a time, and it came 5 cents at a time. To all of you, from all the people who worked on this great project, we say thank you.
Once again, raising her torch, liberty enlightening the world upholds the promise written long ago by poet Emma Lazarus. A mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles, from her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Susan Lisovich, CNN reporting.
Bob Hope and Henry Kissinger were among 12 immigrants awarded with the first ever Medals of Liberty by President Reagan yesterday. One honoree, Irving Berlin, wasn't there, but his presence could be felt in the song he wrote, and the others sang, God Bless America. Today, the Reagans fly to the battleship USS Iowa and then steam up the Hudson River past a fleet of warships assembled for an international naval review. Then they'll watch Operation Sail Parade, 270 vessels gliding through the waters around the statue. And next, it's on to lunch with French President François Mitterrand, who's already extended his best wishes.
Happy birthday, United States. Happy birthday, Miss Liberty.
Operation Sail will be the largest such parade in history and perhaps the most anticipated. As John Holloman reports, the crew of the lead ship waits most eagerly of all.
The crew of the Coast Guard cutter Eagle is continuing to get ready for the parade of tall ships to the Statue of Liberty. The second-year cadets have been painting, polishing, shining, and preparing every inch of this tall ship, which will lead the parade. The day starts early on the Eagle at 5 o'clock in the morning. The ship will hoist anchor and get underway 3 hours later and will use wind and diesel power to be in place at 10 o'clock to begin the parade. Captain Ernst Cummings says there's a lot of emotion involved in this 4th of July for him and his crew.
It will be a thrill that we all have on Eagle that will probably be unparalleled by most of the thrills in our life. And at that moment we pass the President and pass the Statue of Liberty and pass Battery Park City, if you can find a dry eye, you're going to have to look very hard.
Adding to the spirit of patriotism aboard this tall ship, the fact that one of the 21 remaining copies of the original Declaration of Independence was brought on board for the trip to the Statue of Liberty. As the parade proceeds, the Eagle will be followed by tall ships from all over the world, from Denmark, Norway, Argentina, France, and a host of other countries. President Reagan will see the tall ships from Governor's Island. For the millions gathered along the shore, this will be an event they'll never forget. John Holloman, CNN, aboard the Eagle off Sandy Hook, New Jersey.